Hi, my name is Dr. Webb and I'm one of the professors for ABED 3100. I'm here to talk to you today about your team project that's coming up. What you're going to need to do is you're going to need to develop a consulting company and try to determine how you're going to market that consulting company. So this video is about coming up with company information as well as thinking about what type of takeaway you would want to have at the end of your team's presentation. Usually the takeaway corresponds with not only the consulting company and their logo and information, but also with the department that or organization that your team is representing. I have some examples from previous classes that I wanted to quickly share with you. This first example is called Flatline Consultants, and you can see they came up with a pretty nice logo. They have a tagline, which unfortunately I cannot read, but there's a tagline, and on the opposite side of this sheet, of this business card that they copied on cardstock, they had the company's address, phone number, they had their website address, and all this information will be made up. So you and your team members are going to need to come up with a name for your consulting company, and in this case they did it around health services. And they did that, they included this rubber glove that you can see inside has some treats in there. There's a dum-dum, there's some mask for health reasons. There's, I think, some cotton balls, maybe some Band-Aids, but this is for health services. This team here looks like the picture is backwards, but basically the company was called Hawks Consulting Company or Consulting Group. And in here they had some treats. You can see this was for health services because there are some Band-Aids in there, and there's some other interesting information to give to the audience so they can remember your team's company. This next team has a catchy logo. It has to do with recycling, as you can see. It's called Keep It Clean Consulting Firm. The slogan is doing business the eco-friendly way, and there's all the information that the team included. Make sure that you have a catchy slogan or tagline so that you can associate your company and kind of talk about your company's tagline as you go through your presentation. They gave their team or their audience a little recycling bin, which is actually just a blue cup with their logo on it, and a business card, which you can see here is that Keep It Clean Consulting. This team was doing financial aid, and you can see their company is called Financial Solutions Consulting. They had their logo on the opposite side of this business card along with their tagline, and they had some of their information that they created here. They gave their audience not only the business cards, but some candy and some play money so that they would remember that company in the end. This next company, they call themselves Universin Eats, and this company was doing dining services. You can see that they gave their audience an apple with their logo on it. They also gave them those little boxes that had trail mix in them along with their logo on it, as well as a mint. They, in addition to these takeaways, they gave everybody a recommendation sheet so that they would remember, the audience would remember what they said and how their recommendations would tie into the proposal. And then finally, this team had some audience involvement where they had the audience ask the audience some questions about their recommendations, and if they got them right, they got this little game. But this is a way to get the audience involved and interested in their consulting company and what they had to come up with regard to recommendations. This next team is called Prestige Career Consulting, and you can see they have a logo. On the back of the page, they have their tagline. They also have a little handshake there. Inside each of those bags was this homemade cupcake, as you can see. Although it doesn't look very good, I can assure you that it was very good, and it was just another way that the audience is taking something away that they'll remember and having the contact information in order to get in touch with this company at the end. This team went a little bit above and beyond. They actually purchased cake pops, and they call themselves Superior Solutions Consulting Incorporated. You can see here they have their logo. on the opposite side, they have their tagline or their slogan, and they gave everybody in the audience one of these cake pops to remember their organization by. This next team is called Edible Advice. You can see their great logo there. Even though they kind of copied it from Apple, they made some changes, and of course they made it their own by having their company name around it. They included all their made-up information, and on the back side it has their slogan or tagline, and they made caramel apples to give each of their audience members to take away so that they would be remembered when that organization was going to make a decision on who to hire. This next team was called Creative Solutions. We have the creative solutions for you. The one side was a business card, the other side was this $100 bill that they copied to just remind them that by picking their company, they would save them money. And they said that narratively in the presentation. They also gave each team member a cupcake to remind them and make it memorable. And you can see their logo as well. This team is a little bit different. This team gave away a pen, as you can see in the background, and this little bracelet called Saving Our Daughters. What this team did was they decided to, as one of their recommendations, have a fundraiser for a group called Saving Our Daughters. And in this fundraiser, they talked about it, how that organization was going to get exposure through this group, Saving Our Daughters. Then on that pen in the background, they had a sticker, like a label, that had their company logo and name and telephone number so that they can get in touch with them at the end of the presentation. And finally, we have Cruising Cuisine Consulting Company, cruising to serve you. As you can imagine, this is for the dining services, but again, they have their business card, they have it stapled to this bag with this treat. Hopefully this type of marketing of this consulting company would help the audience remember who they are and also want to make sure that they do business with them and in the future by having their contact information. So in a nutshell, what you're going to do is you and your team are going to come up with a creative name for your consulting company, a logo, you'll have an address, an email address, a website address, a tagline or slogan, and then in the end you're going to want to make sure that you try to have some type of takeaway. It's actually mandatory that you have a takeaway, something that you'll be able to make your audience remember who you are. It's not necessarily how much it costs, but the quality of how this will be memorable to your audience. I hope you enjoy and have fun putting together your presentation. Take care.